Welcome back, Frontier Fields. This is Granvil Travis. We'll probably go see the BioPath field today, where we're planning on putting our BioPath trials. We've got some in corn, some in beans this year. When we get out there to the field, we'll talk about the different ways we're going to do the trials, the different application types, the different timings, some of the different products that we're going to use in conjunction with the BioPath, and some of the different ways we're going to trial this across different soil types. Last time y'all were out here, it was about 0 degrees and snow all over the place. Finally starting to green up. A few planters are rolling in the county, but not very many yet. We're feeling pretty good about this spring. We've got a lot of the white corn already moved. They've called it in a little earlier than normal. We do have about 20,000 bushel left on buyer's call to haul here in April and May when they decide to move it in. So we got pretty lucky on being able to get it moved quick and early. We've got all of our seed and chemical in the shop here behind me. It's all been delivered and ready to go for the spring. We finished spreading fertilizer last week, so if we can miss this rain coming up here in the next 2 days, we should be able to get the majority of our beans planted this week, maybe finish up the first of next week if the weather stays good, and have a pretty good early spring to stay ahead and maybe get some early hay cut. Some of the new stuff we're trying is some BioPath trials with different additives with the BioPath. We're going to try that side dress in furrow 2x2. We're going to try some 2x2 on the beans as well. When I try to do trials, I try to find stuff that is yield limiting. The last few years on my tissue samples, I've been low in phosphorus early. So that's kind of where I've started with the BioPath, is it's supposed to help with phosphorus uptake early. I've also had some magnesium deficiency, so I was spreading some K-Mag last week on some fields to see if I could get that raised up in my plant tissue samples. I'm also trying to take micronutrients and be able to stay ahead of the curve on the uptake. So we're driving back to the BioPath fields now to kind of show you what our plans are. We've got several different trials this year that we're doing with BioPath. Right here where I'm standing, a big power line splits these fields in half, running north and south. To the west of the power lines is where I did my side dress BioPath trial last year. Now we got a lot of wild mustard out here that's got to be sprayed out. We're planning on doing the BioPath trial 2x2 on the soybeans in the same place we did the corn last year. We're going to try to add a little bit of liquid BioPath in here to see if we get any kind of ROI or yield increase on the soybeans. And then if we turn a little bit, kind of back here behind me now, to the east of the power lines, it was in soybeans last year, no trials or nothing done on this field. That's where we're going to try our corn BioPath this year. It will be a 2x2 BioPath through the 360 bandits. So we'll have one spot where we just do our regular nitrogen and sulfur 2x2, and then we'll have strips where we have the BioPath in with the nitrogen and sulfur, and we'll have a strip where we do the BioPath and then come back and side dress BioPath on it as well. So we should be able to have 3 different trials all the way across this field. Last year, I still noticed that I had some tissue sample issues early, but once the side dress bar ran through, it seemed like a lot of things were taken care of. One thing I wanted to try was just doing it earlier. Some of the results from Mosaic show that the earlier timing did show a little more of a yield increase. One thing I look for to see if it's working is I'll start pulling tissue samples around V3, V4. If I can see in the trial areas compared to the control that I have better nutrients in the plant. Once we get on up to the V5, V6 area, I would hope that the plant would look a little better. And then once I can start pulling ears, if it's a couple more rows around or 5 or 6 kernels longer, I think that's the visual proof that what you did was the right thing to do that year. Keep coming back and checking out all the farmers on Frontier Fields throughout the summer. I'll be giving you updates. All the other guys will probably be giving updates, and you'll be able to see what all they're doing, what all I'm doing, and seeing if it's making a difference, and maybe give you a chance to try it on your farm. If you have any questions, leave a comment. Maybe one of the farmers off Frontier Fields or somebody from the Mosaic company team will get back to you and answer your questions. And I guess I'm going to go jump in the sprayer and try to spray a little bit. We'll see you next time.